just come off stage and I'm proud to say that I've just competed in an international British final. This is your prep, your competition, and you're on stage, so you know, it's essentially the buck stops at you, so you're the one up there showing your best, bringing your best. We've just been training 4 or 5 days a week and really training hard. Every session has been intentional and with purpose.
64, Colette Evans.
Definitely, I think it's been a journey because you've allowed me to be my own person and not, like I said, dictate. So I always wanted that collaborative approach between you and Joe does my personal training. I always wanted it to be a discussion between all of us, rather than me just being told what to do, because I'm having to live it every hour, every minute, every day. So the only way I knew I was going to be able to stick to a 20-week diet or prep, whatever you want to call it, you know, you're really, really tired, you're training 3 times a day, is if I actually believed in what I was doing. Just as a way to do a push day now, fueled up. I've never ate as much in my life. So I don't think it's going to go easy on me for this video either. God help me, R.I.P. So yeah, all good. I want to look vacuum packed. My bodybuilding sort of interest started by just going to the gym. I've been going to the gym since about 16. And then I got into lifting weights about maybe like 8 to 10 years ago. Nothing too serious. And then in 2015 I decided to compete for the first time. I did a NABA show and I did athletic figure. And then after that I'd sort of had enough of bodybuilding and prep, so I went into competing in powerlifting for a couple of years. Did quite well at that, I'm quite strong, and I think that's built my good foundations as well in terms of muscle thickness. Now I've come back to bodybuilding some years later, and I met my PT a year ago next week, and we've just been training 4 or 5 days a week. It's time. I'm so tired. It's time to go and get baby rice, I swear to God. Joe's gonna have a right chuffing job on today with me. Look at the state of my eyes. The state. I've got makeup on at this. We've got 45 minutes till I train, and I swear to God, pre-workout it is for sure today, Joe.
So basically you have to learn within that journey, and if you don't learn, then what's the point of that? It's a learning experience. What's the point? So you actually had to learn, so it became part of it became part of your character. It became part of your learning experience. It were a part of you, an essential part of your life that's you're going to take with you. Something that you're not the same person as you were 12 months ago.
Definitely not. Definitely not. It's changed me. Like competing in bodybuilding last year in 2021 has changed me as a person. It's taught me a lot of things, which I have competed before, but this time was just different. A different level, a different just level of dedication, different way of working as well, which I've found the way that works best for me now. And it's changed me in a way that it makes me more focused. I believe in myself a lot more. Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to building on that and taking it forward. So, just a little update from me. I know we've not done a video in a while, been a bit quiet because I've been tired. So we're like 11 days out from NPA, and I'm just on my way to buy more water, more Evian, because we start loading Evian from Thursday this week.
We met obstacles along the way. Always the biggest challenges are obstacles, because what do you do? Do you get over them, do you get around them, or do you just move them out of the way? So there's the same approach, and it's all an obstacle, and so nothing's impossible, everything's doable. So we looked at it like that, right? So what do we need to do for this? And there's more than one thing to do each time, but it's what's the right thing. What's the right thing? You know, the formula for success is doing the right thing for long enough. So what's the right thing? And you just keep doing it. And some things we got it absolutely bang on, and some things we didn't get it bang on. We didn't get it wrong, but we didn't get it bang on because everybody's different. So there'll be things that we'll be doing different next year. But hey, guess what? If we hadn't have faced that challenge, and when I say a failure, I don't mean a major failure. I mean that it didn't work the way that we wanted it to work. If that hadn't have happened, we'd have still been doing that, and we'd have still been facing the same obstacle.
So we have an update on the bikini. It is fixed. That's the advantage to going to someone who is local. She lives in Barnsley, and so it's Cookie Stagewear, who I originally got it from. It's a common thing apparently with the connectors. So yeah, the bikini is fixed, no dramas, and my second bikini should be ready this week. So I have options.
So, you know, these are things that it allows us to look at, and it allows us to change. You know, problems. Were they problems? There were only problems in as far as this needed addressing in a methodical manner. It needed addressing because if we don't address it, we can't actually treat it how it needs to be treated to get an outcome, not a reasonable outcome. You know what I mean? To get the absolute outcome that we're looking for.
3,000 calories, but my energy just feels drained. I'm tired. This is really unlike me to be lady like this in the afternoon, about 6 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm nearly buzzing around. So yeah, I've been ordered for 3 days mandatory rest to recover. The thought of getting out of bed, to be honest, right now, and going to make food is challenging. I think having a relationships with friends, family, whoever that is, while you're doing a bodybuilding prep, yes, it's going to add strains because you've got a busy schedule. I think if you try to involve those people more, it's a little bit easier. But naturally, it is a really selfish sport, to be honest. And it's, even though if you've got a team around you, whether you pay them or as a coach, a PT, nutritionist, whatever it is, or they're your part of your family, friends, whatever. This is I always said, this is your prep, your competition, and you're on stage. So, it's essentially the buck stops at you. So you're the one up there showing your best, bringing your best. And if you let someone else dictate, or not dictate, if you let friends and family say, no, it's fine, don't go to the gym, don't do your cardio, don't do this, at the end of the day, they're not the ones up there on stage. And you need to bring your best, and it's up to you to work your damn hardest to make sure that you bring it. Basically, it's not them up there, it's you. So even if it affects that relationship, I'm sorry, but it's me up there, not them.
Right, that's good. That's good. Abs are in and everything's in. That's good. That's great for shoulders.
There were a lot of things we had to overcome in training because I couldn't no longer do them, even sitting down hurt because of my coccyx bones, and just kneeling down, things like that. So I had to overcome challenges of how to do the same exercise in a different way, which were very challenging for Joe, I think. But I think it's built us all as you two as professionals and me as a person, and it shows you can overcome a challenge. What you could see as a problem and just give up and fail, actually we worked as a team and worked around it.
The water problem. it was a problem. It always will be a problem. How we deal with it, we looked at it one way, and we see what we were trying to do initially with the water problem is we were looking at the symptoms. Now, if you look at the symptoms, you'll only ever be working on the end result, right? So we had to look at the cause.
Right, so last Thursday we trained legs on Wednesday and we did hamstrings, and we thought that it was basically my legs were holding water on my quads because I trained hamstrings.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't do that this week. Last leg session were on Monday. We did legs all the way around. This morning I saw you and it were absolutely fine. They were bang on. They were vascular.
So when now, at the time I was just like, come on, let's deal with the symptoms. This is all I can do at this moment in time. Do you know what I mean? We've got 3 days to the show, 2 days actually, and we've got to sort of take this water down. But now, plenty of time after, being able to reflect, and I can now see causative factors which led to that. And anybody watching this video who's seriously into bodybuilding will just go, well, yeah, no, other causative factors, physiological things, things that we can work on and we can correct.
I was holding water on my legs, but between MPA shows, both MPA shows and the UK DFBA, they were only a week, so they were back-to-back weeks, weren't they? Which means the body was under a lot of stress. So when you come off stage, this is something I've never experienced before. You've been tensing a lot on stage, and because I won it, and then I won the overall, and I was posing, I went around my poses a lot of times on stage. I worked really, really hard, weren't I? Especially at MPA, work you really hard. They'll make you go around it at least twice, maybe 3 times each time. So you're very worked. So you come off stage and I start cramping and start feeling dizzy sometimes, don't I? So we got around that. But imagine all that stress. I started doing a mega workout, and then you've got to do that again the week after and train as well. And your body's very, very stressed state. So because of that, your body holds water, and you're tired as well because you're doing cardio. So your body holds water because it's in cortisol response.
Ladies and gentlemen, all, big round of applause for Colette Evans.
I won the British title and I came 3rd in Europe, which I never expected, you know, in my wildest dreams. I know you and Joe were like, you're going to win it. You were saying it all along, you're going to win it, you're going to win it. But I didn't believe it. I didn't know I was going to get to that level because it's the first proper season I've done. So I didn't expect anything. My main goal was to go on stage and enjoy being on stage, that is it, and just do it for me. And I think I did well in just enjoying the journey, actually. Obviously winning was the result,
Yeah.
but I did well in enjoying it. And yeah, obviously there were days where I was a bit miserable, weren't I? Just wanted to say that leg session was,
Why do you think? Am I going into that leg?
well, contemplating life right now, that's all I'm saying. So we're now 6 days out from the first British final. But I always had a laugh.
The days when you were a bit miserable, very seldom that you need to be refocused. You were always on it, really on it, right? The days when you're a bit miserable, it took a little bit of focusing because you had to be always intentional, every single day, always very intentional. But you trusted the process to see the outcome, because the process was making you rich, not the outcome. The outcome was you winning with the trophies. But if you put the process in, if you put in the journey, and I always tried to make it an adventure with you.
That is vodka.
Need some water in that.
Your face! I'd let you try it first.
Now.
I classed 2021 as my first year, really. First year I did it properly.
Yeah.
And Joe trains me. It was his first ever time being involved, as far as I'm aware, in any sort of competing for bodybuilding. So that was definitely a learning curve for him. And I think his confidence has grown throughout the process of helping me prep to compete. And this year, I just feel like we're setting off on a really good start.
Confidence.
Yeah.
That's the word you're using there, confidence. I think nobody can be good at anything unless they're confident in what they do. That's my, I see that. There's nothing more attractive to people than confidence, because people love confidence because they want to be confident.
We can all see the vision now. That's the thing. So in January now, in 2022, at this point last year, in January 2021, I didn't even know I was going to compete at all, which blows my mind, to be fair.
Yeah.
So now I'm already ahead this year because I know I'm competing, I know where I'm going, I'm doing the Worlds this year, and we're aiming for some high quality competitions this year.